I can't believe it's actually finally here. I feel like I've been talking about Twilight for the last 8 months.
You have been.
I have to give credit to Negative Natalie, who said to me, you've got to start reading this book. At which point, I have to be honest, Taylor Lautner with us, the star of Twilight. He's one of the stars on the team of heartthrobs, if you will.
Oh, boy.
But you know, I got a copy of the book, and I looked at the cover, and I thought, I don't know if that's so much me. And then I started reading the book.
Yeah.
And I was totally I was lighting candles at night, dimming the lights, reading the book in my bed. I couldn't put it down. So congratulations. Taylor plays Jacob Black in Twilight in theaters wide Friday. The world premiere is coming up tonight. You must be excited.
I'm very excited. Yeah, I know. Like you said, it seems like we've been waiting forever. When we finished filming, I was like, am I really going to have to wait 8 months for this to come out?
Is that when it was? You finished filming 8 months ago?
Let's see. It was about April.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Had you read the book Twilight prior to getting the part?
No, hadn't even heard of Twilight. I know, and I remember my agents telling me this is big, and I was like, really? I've never even heard of it.
I wonder how did they know it was going to be big back then?
I don't know, just maybe based on the popularity of the book series.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a catchy story.
Well, and the books just keep on coming, too.
I know. They're still selling out. It's crazy.
So let's go back through this. And by the way, if you had never heard of Twilight, but if you listen to this show, you've heard me talk about it like every hour for the last 6 months. But if you've never heard of it before, and you happen to pick up yesterday's L.A. Times, it was like you couldn't get to anything until you saw the Twilight ads.
Right.
The L.A. Times was wrapped in you guys yesterday from Sunday's edition. So how old are you?
I am 16.
Really?
The youngest cast member.
Dude, you look older.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
16 years old.
He's Shark Boy. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, boy.
We watch it over and over and over at my house. In fact, you're the reason my son got into martial arts. Because
right.
at
In the Adventures
XMA.
of Shark
Yeah, he goes to the XMA headquarters. Yeah.
The XMA headquarters. So you'll see Taylor's picture, on Lancashire on the cover.
Shark Boy in the Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D, cheaper by the dozen too. Appearances in Summerland, Bertie Mac, My Wife and Kids, but nothing as big as having a role in this Twilight franchise. So you're 16 years old, and you're from Michigan?
Originally from Michigan, yeah, Grand Rapids.
Okay, so I know where the Kellogg factory is. Is it close to that?
I think it's pretty close, maybe an hour away.
And you've been living in L.A. for the past 5 years. How did you end up here?
Through martial arts. My my karate instructor was in the Mike Chat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's in the entertainment business, and I don't know. He saw something in me, so he said, "Come out to L.A. and give it a shot," and I did.
But don't you have to talk your parents into it?
Yeah, you'd think so, but my family is so supportive that we just moved.
What did your parents do for a living where they could pack up and move
My
out?
dad's an airline pilot, so that helps a little
makes
bit.
it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And so where do you go to school now?
I actually don't. I went to a public school my whole life.
By the way, you should have just seen every teenager perk up in their car right now. They're like, what? I'm on my way to school. You don't have to go anymore?
Well, I've gone to school my whole life, except for this year, because I'm doing a TV show on NBC, My Own Worst Enemy, and I'd just be missing too much school, so...
But you did go to Valencia High?
Yes, I did.
And what was school like there?
It was completely normal because the kids have like grown up with me for the past couple years. So I mean, of course, those Twilight fans get excited and occasionally. I mean, like I said, I hadn't even heard of Twilight. Yeah. As soon as I got cast, I see Twilight books everywhere at my school.
I was going to get my eyebrows waxed the other day.
Really?
All right.
Yeah.
And then?
And I got out of the elevator.
Yes.
And I was walking towards the street. And there were a few paparazzi on the street taking pictures, and I'm walking.
Of you entering an eyebrow waxing place establishment, yes.
I'm not afraid.
No.
Anastasia, you know who you are.
Okay.
By the way, well, you look like you've had yours done.
I've had it done once.
Okay, so don't point fingers, Ellen.
I didn't know it was going to be done. It hurt so bad. That doesn't hurt.
Yeah, well, it does hurt, but after all these years of doing
it makes you
I'm
look
used
good.
To it. Well, you just don't want a unibrow. There's several things I learned from dating girls. My ex-girlfriend taught me a lot. One of which was don't have a unibrow.
Don't have a unibrow.
Anyway, so I get out of the elevator and walking towards the street. They're taking pictures, and I'm standing next to a girl. And as she's and she wasn't with me, but as we're walking up to the sidewalk, she pulls out a book from her purse to read while she waits in line to have hers waxed. And it's the hardback of Twilight. I mean, everybody's reading this book.
I know.
So this movie comes out at the end of the week, and people are divided. I mean, they're divided up into Team Edward and Team Jacob. Matter of fact, Rob said that he believes that, if he were removed from the movie, he'd be on your team.
That's what I heard. Well, he's got it right.
Why would he say that? Why would he say that?
Because Jacob's the real man for Bella. I'm telling you. I don't think there's competition.
I don't want to spoil too much. Look at the girls behind you in the window.
Imprint me.
Yeah. Wow.
Jacob, keep listen to this one. Jacob Black, I'm cold. Keep me warm.
That's right. I was waiting in the green room, and I heard you saying, why Jacob or werewolves
versus vampires.
Versus
And you
vampires.
miss the key part,
Which was
werewolves are hot.
They are.
Yes.
Well,
that's my favorite one.
It seems to me that so are vampires.
They're
because-
cold. No, they're cold.
Oh, you mean literally?
Yeah.
hot.
I mean, literally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because the girls seem to think that this whole Edward Cullen is hot as well.
I know.
And I have to tell you, at first, just reading the book, beginning to read the book, when I started reading the book, I didn't want to like him because I could tell he was going to be one of those guys that girls were going to dig, and I'd be jealous.
Well, he's hot but icy cold, like so cold that Bella can barely touch him. But now Jacob is like feverishly hot.
Well, I have a question for you. Then Taylor Lautner, or Jacob,
No.
as it were, werewolves tend to get big. In other words, you're going to grow somehow.
Yes.
There's got to be a growth component to this, and I know that in the next book you have a greater role. I mean, I assume the next movie as well, because I picked up like the 3 options on the franchise.
Did you see him give you his werewolf teeth? He went. You just did that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Really? It's instinctual.
You're looking at a whole different show over there.
No.
I thought he just smiled.
He
At
goes.
me.
"Ah."
But physically, how will you evolve?
Um.
Because you're not a huge guy.
Yeah, it's a good question. Tom Cruise lifts.
Some padding, maybe.
I wish we had Catherine Hardwick here to ask her. I mean, she's always got things up her sleeve. But no, I've been hitting the gym. I've put on 15 pounds in about 4 months. All
Really?
natural.
15 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? What were you
How?
You were the size of an Evian bottle then beforehand.
Like 6 days a week, 2 hours a day.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of being a werewolf?
Advantages are they're hot. I'm telling you, I just love that.
Right. Disadvantages, the hair.
Yeah.
I think the hair is hot as well. Don't you?
Well, I do, but in the book, the way it's described, and I don't know about the movie, I'll see it tonight, but it gets a little bit matted, and he looks like he hasn't showered for
I
a
gotcha.
long time.
I gotcha.
That was Helen giving you a compliment. Taylor Lautner, who stars in Twilight as Jacob Black, is here. The world premiere tonight. It's in theaters wide on Friday, and we'll be right back. 102.7 Kiss FM. He plays Jacob Black in Twilight in theaters this Friday, co-starring with Rob Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, who will be here in the studio this week. The premiere is tonight in Westwood. Tomorrow at Hot Topic at Hollywood and Highland, Taylor Lautner will be there with some of the other cast members, and there's a Q&A session that you can actually attend. That may be, I think that's, do you have to have a ticket for that?
No, you can just go to the
Anybody
Q&A.
can go to that.
Anybody
The
can
Hot
go.
Topic is the one that sold out.
Okay, so the Hot Topic is sold out, and then Paramore's going to be performing at 4 o'clock.
Oh.
The Q&A. What kind